Well, I've got the train all organized. But this is much heavier than what we were planning, what we were running last time. Simply just because I added cordwood to the back end of this train. What's up, guys? Shadow Steel here. Welcome back to Railroads Online. So we are going to be traveling up north today to the upper gold mines. And I say north. I've always had this issue with this map. Back when this map originally released, whenever that was. This area that I'm in right now was on the northern portion of the map. This used to be the north end. The snow and everything used to be the north end. Now it's the southern end, and this is all the north end. To me, that makes no goddamn sense. You want the cold ice and snow up north, whereas all the other stuff is going to be down south. So so I always call it the north end. So just upside down. All right, let's go. Get in the cab. But yeah, we've got a train back here. Let's see if we can even pull the damn thing. I was like, we're not going to turn on the headlights today. But we're going to get moving here. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Come on, you can do it. Alright, here we go. We're good. Get things moving along here. And while we're on the movement here, we're going to flip that switch there. We're going to line... Wait, no, the other way. We have to go this way. We have to go through the iron ore mine. Which we should have a clear line through here. Yes, we do. And then once we get through there, we're going to make sure that this line is set for us to go out up north. Smoking steep. Alright, we're good. Whoops. Wrong button. Cuts off. Cocks off. Alright, we're good. Let's get out. Oh, fuck. Chase the train. Oh, God, I'm under the wheels. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's go. Off we go. Yep, why did I do that? Alright, let's see how we can handle this, honestly, guys. We're picking up a lot of speed. More than I was expecting, actually. With that consist behind me. So, let's go over the consist once again here a little bit. We have 2 fully loaded gondolas full of gold ore. 5 cars of cordwood. 1 car of tools. 2 original tankers full of crude oil. Another gondola nearly full of gold ore. 2 empty gondolas. 2 coffin tank cars filled with crude oil. And the rest of them are stake flat cars filled with beams, which are all bound for the northern area. Whoopsie, wrong way. There we go. Should be able to get up the grade here. Now this, I believe, is a 1% all the way up here. So I think my main concern is actually getting up to the mountains. So I'm going to be a little concerned with that. But we'll see how we get up there. Let's turn this down here. I'm turning down. There we go. That should do it. I think the game audio is kind of freaked out now a little bit. Does that change the game audio a little bit? No, it doesn't. It doesn't change the game audio. It just changes the volume of my headset. Maybe. We'll see. I'll see when I'm editing. Yep. Full throttle. We should be good. I really need to fix a lot of this groundwork here. Alright. How much iron ore do we have here? We should have at least 1 full train of it, right? Yes, we do. We have 1 full train. We need beams. Boards and beams for this, but we should have some. We also need to fill up that. Oh, is that gondola? No, that gondola is empty. Okay, got it. Alright. We're doing okay. Looks like we'll be fine. Maybe. I have 2 class 125s, or K-27s essentially, on the front end of the train. If push comes to shove, we'll grab a helper from the gold mine and drag it up the hill. Speaking of which, we should take a look at our pathing here. Okay. We're gonna line that switch. Line that switch. It goes down that main. Now stop at the water tower here. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stop at the water tower, but chances are, because of just how far we're going here, we're gonna be climbing all the way up the hill. But rather than yeah, let's see. I wonder where the... Yeah, I'll probably have to check on that a little bit here. Because I think, I want to say that the gold ore, the cord was delivered at the bottom? I don't know. I'll have to check on that when we get there. So we're going to do this. We're going to line that switch that way. We're going to drop off the cordwood before we go any further, because that's going to be the heaviest cargo on the train. Let me drop it off some cargo here. Not doing too bad. My main concern is actually going off the rails, so... Lone Tree Hill. Lone Pine. See the rest of the tracks up there. Alright. Did you cross her? So I got a comment, I believe, on a previous video that I need to, that they really want to see this video, like see it, like to download this map or like show the layout of the map, show kind of the map layout. I'm going to probably do that in the future. Well, this is not going to work out in my favor, really. Maybe. Let's try something here. Perfect timing. There we go. That kind of works. Trying to do some screenshots of the train as it rolls by. Oh, another viaduct bridge. Cool. Not doing too bad. I think it's mostly upgrade from here. Maybe a 1%, I'm not sure. I lost the track. Where did I go? Oh. Well, here we are. We're right around this bend here. This is probably the sharpest bend on the curve. One of the sharpest bends here. Okay, here we come. A lot of S-bends here. A lot of, like, curves and whatnot here. I think I've taken a screenshot here multiple times. Clouds have come in. Trying to get a good screenshot of the train, but maybe not. I don't know. Oh, I probably should have put the class lamps on. Oh well. There we go, got another one. Oh shit. Get in the cab! Now that we're here at the water tower, we're gonna slow down because we're gonna be, I think we're going downgrade for a little bit around here. This is one of those areas that is kind of tricky to go through. This is where things get tricky. I had a full intention of building a city up here, but haven't done that yet. This curve right up here, once I get things set up here. Alright. What? Okay, so this curve right up here is, I believe, a 30 curve. A 30-degree curve. So it's pretty sharp. I keep pressing C, thinking that... Oh, nope, there's the farm. We were just there last episode. I believe this, this curve in particular is downgrade just a tad. So, not too bad. I got another plan. I got another idea. There's another area that's a good screenshot location, if I can find it. Woo! That'll work. Oh dear lord, I can't see a thing. It's like further down the line here, because what we're going up the mountain here, and this is kind of where things get very, very interesting. Because when I built this, it's like the grade was up and down a few times. So it went upgrade and downgrade and then up. Oh, this is it. I passed it. Because there's this is a little ditch crosser that I've always built. This one was always like, if I can get a good shot of this. Yeah, that'll work, I guess. Depends on if the locomotive shows up. Just swinging. Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, wait, hang on. Push. Here she comes. Turn off that. Alright, well, that's good enough. We're pretty good there. Alright, fly away! Onward! There's like a couple areas here that are pretty decent in terms of the grade. Here she comes. Alright. With her going through here, I am going to go ahead of the train. And because we're going down this track, I need to figure out which way we're going. What the hell? Why is that floating? Oh, I never put groundwork under there. Whoops. I'll do that eventually. I mean, I could do that now, actually, now I'm thinking about it. It's not like I'm operating a locomotive at high speed. Alright, where the fuck are we going? Is it the upper or the lower portion that needs the cordwood? It is the upper portion. Okay. So the upper portion needs cordwood by the looks of it, because that's refined. No, it's the lower portion. Got it. I wasn't sure if it was the upper or lower. It looks... to me, it made no sense that it would be the lower or the upper portion, so I'm glad to see it the lower portion. I can stop swinging the camera around like that. The momentum thing is always just annoying to me. Alright, here we are. Are you still making it up the ground? Oh, there's the town in the background. Not controls. Alright. No. No, well, fuck. Oh. Doesn't matter. I was slowing down here. Don't stand on the track, sir. Ah! Alright. So, release the brakes. The rest of the train's on the tracks. I think we lost nothing on the hill. Good. One good thing about what we're doing here is that, or one of the good thing, the situation, like, so we're unloading the cordwood, which is the heaviest cargo aside from the gold here. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably should unload the gold too while I'm at it, since we're up here anyway. We are running out of coal too in the firebox. I'll shovel that in a bit. Alright, that's good. I think I mentioned this on the last Railworks Sundays video, but there's a couple K27s. There's only 2 K27s that are still around, and both of them operate in outside of the. I think one of them operates in Michigan, the other one operates out of the Coombraes and Toltec. I'm not sure if it's the Coombraes and Toltec or if it's Knott's Berry Farms, because I'm thinking. Sounds like no, the one that's over in Michigan was at Knott's Berry Farms. I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me on that. But both locomotives, I don't think have superheaters, which is interesting. The K27s were never built with. I don't think were ever built with superheaters on board. So it was one of those situations where they're given. Some of them were given superheaters later in their lives, where others did not, and so on and so forth. This is kind of an interesting little situation there with these locomotives. We're also kind of nearing the end of this journey here on this game, because, or at least on this map, because the main goal on this map was actually to get effectively 5 baggage cars worth of refined gold. Or not refined gold, it's like gold in general. And I think we're getting close to that because we're delivering cordwood now and gold ore to the stamp mill, which is where kind of the third to last step on the gold chain. Well, it's actually the next step on the gold chain, the industry chain for the gold and everything. And yeah, we're getting close to the end though. It's not a very large chain. It's a very, like, once you start the gold ore operations, it's kind of like you get like 4 steps and it's done. But I'm curious about like how much money, like how much money 5 cars worth of gold bullion essentially will be. Alright, slow down. We got a couple cars really to drop off here at the top of the mines. And I know that 10 of those gondolas are what's needed to max out the gold ore in the stamp mill, so we'll see what we can do. I think we only have 3? Is it technically 3 cars, really? We have these 2 and then the other one at the rear there. So a little more than 50 things of gold ore right there. So we're not really close. We're not really close at all. If anything, we'll probably have to make a couple more trips. You also have to bring water up here, but I have a water mill, I guess you could say, up in the upper levels, or up near the gold plant. So I could bring some water cars up there, drag it down here. Alright. Easy does it. And then once we get out of here, I'm going to probably back the train up on the hill, and then bring it, drop off the gold up there. Well, maybe not. It might be better just to bring these gold ore cars up to the gold mine, fill up with what we can up there, and then, yeah. Brakes! Doing, doing, doing. Shove it. I'm gonna try to do a rolling unload here with this, honestly. This is gonna be interesting. So these take 100 things of cordwood. Kind of impressive. We've already dropped off 16, I think? Well, these have 8 of them per thing, so. Huh. Interesting. Alright, drop this off. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop off the rest of this cargo at the gondolas at the gold mine so we can get that sorted. I'll drop this off. Alright. So that reduces some weight on me. Good. Take a look at what we got. I keep pressing F thinking I can teleport. I've been playing too much Derail Valley. What the hell? Oh. Funny. So you can only produce 100 total. Okay. 40 things of cordwood. That's about right. So 5 more of those would get us 80. Oh, it's rolling still. Okay, fair enough. And then, let's see. You drop off the crude oil at the refinery up north as well. So we're going to do that. We got a lot of things to do, honestly, on this run. So a little bit of switching. Do we need tools or anything? I don't think we do. 100 things of gold, coal there. That's good. Alright, let's go. Frame rate's better. Alright. Go ahead and launch it. Go! Go, go, go! Ooh! The hell? Oh! Restraint line. That's funny. Fair enough. I knew that was also going to be I knew that was going to be a problem. I figured we were going to string line eventually. All right, get this car rerailed here real quick. Doink. So we'll have to be a little careful with this. Whoop. All right, we'll back the train up. Let me think here. Because the cordwood is a bit of a problem. Now that I think about it. I probably should have left it on the train. But, whatever. Alright. Easy does it. I'm going to hook into this. Because now that I know that that's string lining easily, that means that the weight behind those cars and these particular cars right here are going to be a problem. That's going to be interesting to say the least. Alright, stop. I like the echo. Echo! Alright, easy. Try and pull this. I'll try to not send it, like full throttle it up the hill, so see if we can do that. Okay. We're doing okay now. Alright, the next goal is to go to the gold mine from here. So we'll have to drop off some more cargo out there. So we're good. And then once we get to the gold mine, I think we'll have to drop off some cars. The question is, which direction do I want to go? Now keep an eye on these cars in the rear here. We're going around a loop here, and that's kind of the key. That's kind of the. I made a balloon loop for this particular segment of track. Doesn't look like we're string lining all too much, which is good. It's kind of a good thing there. Well, I do see it. I do see the camera bouncing like crazy as we go over here. So it is trying to string a line there. All right, we're clear. Now we're gonna go straight on to the next segment here. Alright, there we go. Go that way. And then let's see. Well, we're slowing down. Looks like we're going up right a bit. Whoop, there it goes. Whoop, slam on the brakes. Well, 2 cars came off. That's fair. Alright, stop. Okay. That's 2 Kenosha's in a row. But yeah, this is kind of the issue with these cars. I mean, granted, it's string lining. That's the main problem here. We've got the lightest cars on the train on the back end, on the front end of the consist. We probably shouldn't be doing that. Regardless. Alright, there we go. Alright, release the brakes. Yep. Release the brakes. So I don't know why. I mean, we were slowing down a little bit, but I don't think we're going down grade. Or upgrade, rather. I don't know. There we go. Nope. Shit, don't do that. Okay, easy. So there's a slight increase on the grade there. Just enough where it's like gonna pick us up. Ease our train. Just enough where we can hitch in kind of decently. Is it? They rolled a little bit there. That's interesting. Got it. Good hitch. Stretch them. Quite literally. Why do I feel like there's a, there might be a handbrake tied somewhere. I'm wondering. Because we're stuck. For some weird reason. I don't know why. Alright, let me double check something here. We might have a handbrake tied. No? No. No. The boxcar, maybe? Feels like we got a handbrake tied somewhere. We shouldn't be stalled. We shouldn't be stuck here too much. Nope. I'll give it a shot. It looks like we're good. I only usually tie down the first top 5 handbrakes on the train, so we should be good. Let's see. Get in the cab. Go back here. A little bit more. A little bit more. Don't have the brakes. Come on. What in the world? Oh, I think one of the other locomotives is stuck. That explains it. Hold on. This locomotive's got the... One of the locomotives has its brakes on or something? I feel like that's the problem. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Something's stuck. Something is trying to go in reverse. Okay, you're good. Open up the throttle here on this locomotive here. Oh, at least it's auto-saved. I don't have any handbrakes tied, so I don't know why it's stuck. Okay, try this again with you. Okay. Forward, we're good there. Nothing's got... maybe it's one of these cars here. Because there's no... I don't think there's a handbrake tied somewhere. That's weird. Let me check something here. We might have something stuck. I think we would. Okay. You're not tied down either, so you're good. I wouldn't think there'd be a significant break. Let's roll down the hill and get back up here. Let's try that. Because I don't think this is stalled. And if it is, it's kind of stupid. Okay. Let me back up, see what's going on there. If I back up, what do you do? Now it's bouncing forward. Oh wait, is the other one stuck open now? Fuck you, sir. Alright. Well, one of the cars just popped off again. This is a problem. Interesting. Now this one's popped off. Okay, hang on. I'll pull you forward. Land. Okay. Brakes off. Throttle open. Let's get moving here. Clear the track there so we can get the car in the way. In the blah blah. Like 3 Kenosha's. I might just cut a good chunk of this out because there's no point in me just literally trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with these cars. Alright, stop. Back up. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but that's weird. I don't think there's a grate here, so I'm confused on why it's getting stuck. Wait a minute. I wonder if that... There was a problem last time where the grade was just... where the track was buried in the dirt deep enough where it was actually causing the train to ground itself, like stick in the ground. I'm wondering if that's what's going on. Yeah, it just stops like abruptly there. Huh. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna put the train forward here. And then let me check on here. Could that be it? Could that be the problem? I wouldn't see why. Oh, yes it is. Just look at the track down there. You see it? The track is buried in the ground to the point where it's not letting the cars roll. Okay. Okay. That explains it. So I'm going to unhook these cars right here. I'm going to unhook the flats. We're going to put them on the secondary track. We're going to run around, grab these cars, move... Or, well, we can do that. Maybe we can do that. Let's see. Why is your brake only that far open? What the fuck? Alright. We're going to take these out. So, that's unfortunate. It led to 3 different Kenosha's, but... Well, to be fair, 2 different Kenosha's, because we stringlined once. Okay. I'm going to set these off on one track here. Yeah, the track... We're going to set it off on the siding track over there. Right next to us. And then we're going to drag the car... We're going to see if we can drag those cars out with just the 2 K27s, essentially. If not, I'll just 050 switch it over that section. 050 drag it. I don't know. Alright. Slow down. Yeah. Now, let's see. What we could do... Actually, I might as well just kick these. Okay, kicked. So those are away. There's the brakes. I'll let those get out of the way, and then we'll flip the switch again. Yeah. Good. Alright, we're good. Let's go. Alright, we got those kicked, so I'm gonna apply handbrakes on these color cars here, so I can get the sprint button to work with me. Alright, got the brakes. Fuck, I'm stuck! Get up on the car, please, sir. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Jesus. Alright, brakes on. We're good. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Now that we've got an idea of what's going on. And we're gonna go ahead and just pull the damn thing out of the way. What little boiler pressure we have. Jesus Christ. No, don't slam into the car again. Bang. Alright. We're hooked in. Looks like it's rolling already. Alright, full send it. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do here in a second, actually, is once we get over this track, I'm going to check on what's going on with that particular part of the track and see just like what actually is going on. So, whoops, there we go. Alright, so we got that sorted. Yeah, you can kind of see how low it is to the ground there from this angle. So I'm going to get it out past the switch. I'm going to do some rebuilding. Well, it's been a while since we've done some track building. It's fun. In fact, what I'm going to do... I could do that, actually, now that I look at it. Yeah, let's do that. Rather than actually, like, cooking in... Yeah, we'll do that. Hold on. Brakes. Okay, let me see. Yeah, this keyboard does not want to work half the fucking time. Alright, what is going on with this track? It's like... Yeah, here it is. Yeah, see how the ground is like literally buried there? So we've got the track so low into the ground here that it's actually causing it to be like buried in this. So we have to get rid of this, if I can. There we go. See where the... Okay. So we got that out of the way. Let me see. So now we got to build our tracks. The railway tracks. We're going to do this. Because we don't need a big one. So. What the hell? Why are you negative? Fuck off. Oh, it's because you're buried under the ground. What the hell is this grade? Bro. Bro, what is that grade? Hang on. What was the precise button again? 5. Boing. I said 5. Oh, 5 on the number pad. No. Okay, rather than... Let's see where the track lines up here, honestly. So we're supposed to go... We curve the track here so we can actually see where the fuck we are. There we go. Right about there. So that's where it's supposed to be. That is the line that it's supposed to be on. Let's see. And it looks like we're just buried under the ground just enough, but we're kind of sunken in there. Okay, so I'm going to do a 1% there so we can get out of the ground. Or maybe... Yeah, 1%'s fine. 1% grade is fine to get over this. Let me see. How's that look? I mean, the track's not buried anymore, so that's good. Alright. Now, because that is slightly taller, we're going to do this. Yoink. We're going to swing around and try... Oh, that's a gradient there. Huh, funny. Okay, so that's a 0.5 from there. Got it. Okay, not too bad. Boink. There we go. So, there's a slight 1%, but it's a short one. Short 1% to get over this hill. It's still pretty close to the ground. To the point where I'm not comfortable with it too much. Alright. Well, we're good. We're good. We're good. Alright. Let's get this caboose off the train. Line that switch. And do this. So we're going to unhook the caboose, send it off on that track. And then we're going to hook on to the rear of that train there. So we got the heavier cars on the front here. A little bit of switching here. Again, not the best idea to do this in the middle of the main line, but why are you going forward? Alright, here we go. We've been recording for 40 minutes. We just made one delivery. Okay, we're good. This might be an interesting video, to be fair. We made one delivery. And then we're going to make our way up to the gold mine here. What the hell? Why? I thought I flipped the switch. Why did you not flip? Fuck you, then. You should have... It should not have flipped the switch like that. I hate this. Sometimes I hate this game in terms of how it treats the switches. Because there was no reason for that whatsoever. There was no reason it should have said, "Oh yeah, we're like that switch is that switch like you went over that switch, you flipped the switch and went over it." Nah, fuck you. Like, yeah, that is not how that works. As soon as you're clear of the points, like, so if you're clear of this, you should be able to flip the switch. You should not have to wait. Like, as soon as the wheels are clear of it, rather, not the entire fucking car. That's the one big complaint I have of this game. Literally. In fact, next time that happens, I'm just going to force it to keep open while we roll the train over. We'll probably end up in a Kenosha, and I will complain about it, but that's the way it should work. Okay, back it up. Alright, come on. Jeez. How far back are you? Oh, here it is. Bang. Alright, you hooked into the caboose? Good. Or the, yeah, caboose. That's what it is. It is a caboose, not the... Alright, let's get these cars untied here. Thank you. And off we go. Alright, here we go. Alright, train is unhooked, ready to go. Not sure if we needed more than one K-27, but let's see. Oh, we need more coal in the fire. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, that should be enough. Keeping two locomotives fed in terms of their fire is not an easy task. Kind of easier in Railroader, but not in this. Whee! Alright, how are we doing on the train here? Did we lose anything? No, we did not. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's go. Let's go, boys. Now we're back in. Let's go. Alright, now it's on to adventure. Now, let me see the pathing here that we got to choose here. We've got two options in terms of our route. Oh dear God, we are flying up the line here. What is going? Oh, we're going down grade. That's right. We've got two options essentially in terms of our routing. We can go through the long way around and then kind of like up through here. We can go the long way around. We can go this way through the long path here. And then there's a basically a wide track here that we can go through. which will allow us to get down this way. Or we can take the shorter route, but the steeper route, which is up through here. I think there's a 4% grade right around here. If I can find my mouse cursor again. Why the fuck is it down there? Jesus Christ. This game's gonna be the death of me. Alright. I think our best option to give it a shot, because it will be closer to the destination we need to get to. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go the shorter way. Because we've already been recording for last time I checked, 40 minutes, so we'll go up that way. And then we're gonna go into the yard through here rather than through the Y. Which would allow us to drop off some cargo on the way there. Oh wait. Not supposed to do like that. And go like that. It's right into the steel mill, or not the steel mill, the gold mine over there. And from there we line that switch. And we'll just we'll go into the drill track here. Going through there. What the hell? My God. Oh, we're kind of bouncing around there a bit. Alright. Should be good. Oof. This is honestly one of those games that it's kind of like a time killer. There's not much to it. It's kind of nice. I got a comment, and I think I got a comment as well on the previous video. Now granted, I read most comments, if not all of them. But there was this one comment that was asking me hey, what's the best train sim? I'm like, yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. I've always had this mentality on the train sim kind of things. And it's just for the most part, if you're looking for realism, you're not gonna find it very easily. The best thing you would find would be Train Sim World. And even then, it's not fully realistic. It's got some quirks to it that doesn't make it really all that great. But Train Sim World, Train Sim Classic, and then Trains with a Z as probably the main games I would say that are, and they're all three completely different play styles. But they're all games that I would say if you want one experience, a certain experience, each one has their own unique feel to it. Like I said, Train Sim World is the more realistic of the bunch in terms of its looks and everything. Gameplay mechanics is also fairly decent because you actually have to walk around and actually take care of parts of the locomotive and whatnot. You actually have to go in and kind of maintain. Basically, if you need fuel, you have to go out of the locomotive, fuel it up, and then get back in, and then so on and so forth. Whereas Train Sim World and Trains with a Z don't really have that mechanic. In fact, Trains with a Z actually only recently introduced the ability to kind of walk around. Kind of. I kind of say that in quotes because it's not a full-on hey, you can get up out of the cab and walk around. No, it's just a camera tool that allows you to be ground level with the trains and kind of rail van. Train Sim Classic, Railworks as I like to call it, they are kind of the middle ground in terms of realism versus the more simulator aspect of the game. You're not going super involved with the details, but you're also not so limited that certain mechanics just don't make sense to you or whatnot. And then Trains with a Z is the simplest of the bunch. From my point of view, it was designed as a basically, what I understand, it was designed as a model railroader builder, and it just evolved from there, which is kind of cool to think about. That game being a way to plan out a model railroad, and now it's kind of used to kind of represent old model railroads that have since either been lost to time or something, or people want to build their dream layout and that's the best way they could do it and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Now, if you're looking at it from the side of the expanded, like in terms of like what's available in terms of the community content, Trains hands down has the most free content available for any of the three. Like the download station alone in that game, while yes, you do need a first class ticket to really download anything. If you have the most modern version of the game, you already have a first class ticket to kind of download it the regular speeds and whatnot. You're not really limited there. But it is like a ton of freeware content and some payware, but like most of it's like freeware and it's like really good freeware. Whereas Train Sim Classic, yes, there's plenty of freeware, but it's limited to what DLC is available for the game itself. A lot of these DLC, it's basically what's called reskins. And the routes themselves need a lot of other route DLCs. Like the freeware routes usually need a ton of payware routes to even work and stuff like that. So it's kind of ridiculous, but at the same time it's like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Then Train Sim World, there's virtually no like free user-generated content as of right now. Now that seems to be changing. There's been a few locomotives that have been like freeware that have made it, that users have created. I think a Painter tank recently was made for that game. But like the majority of content is usually reskins, and that's about it. Nothing major, nothing more than that. Alright, we're climbing the hill. Seems like we're doing okay. Yeah, like the games all offer vastly different experiences, and that's kind of the long and short of it in my honest opinion. Like if you want something, you're gonna have to do your not do your research, but like know what you're looking for and actually like look into it a little bit. I'm gonna make it up this hill without really any trouble. Hopefully. It's a 4% grade, and that's what I'm concerned about. I mean, we got quite a heavy train behind us. Which I think it is. Did I turn down the... I might have turned down the physics setting, the physics difficulty a little bit, just in preparation for this, so I don't remember. We'll see if this train starts to stall. I hear rod clanking. I just noticed that. I'm just hearing rod clanking a little bit. Yeah, it's just very faint, but you can hear it. Oh, yeah, we're starting to slow down a bit. You can hear it. It's starting to slow down. So we are hitting the grade. Alright, this is where the boys become men again, I think. Oh yeah, we are really slowing down here. Holy crap. That took a hit. Now, one interesting thing I've learned about this game over the years is the fact that the curves do bite you a little bit, not as much, but like the weight behind you, if you have it distributed incorrectly and whatnot, you'll string line, and you could also like have a few other problems there as well. So, what? Come on, get up the hill. This is where I was concerned about here, because this is like I think a 3 to 4% grade, which granted that's pretty typical with these narrow gauge operations. So we'll see. I'll just have a little bit more coal in the fire here. Yeah, we need it. It's not like Derail Valley where you can push a button and it gets coal in the fire. Woo! I forgot to open the hatches too when I sent this train up the hill. Oh. Got a single boxcar on the back end here. Whee! Ah, fuck! I'm stuck. Huh? What? Okay, bye train. Hope you find your dad. Jesus Christ! Get up. How the fuck did I pull that off? Okay, whatever. Boing. Boing. Ah, fuck. Fuck. Ah. Eep. Oh, Lord. I can't get up the hill. Alright, we're doing okay. We're not at full track speed, but we're kind of getting up there. Sort of. It sounds like it's slowing down a bit more. I'm going to be able to do a screenshot here. Now that I think about it, that might be a good idea. Let's see. Alright, we'll go up the hill here. I think I'm going to do that instead. Well, I mean, I wanted to... I could probably do that. Why not? Depends on if this train makes up the hill. Yeah, I think right about here is a 4%, which is absurd, but eh. Let's see. Let's try. Hello. Fuel track. Alright, we'll do this. Because we can probably do this a little easier. Hello, Eureka! Well, it's not Eureka, but still. Woo! Alright, let me switch here. Good. Inbound. Switch. Line the switch, damn it. Get through there. Get through here. Yeah, we're all good. Let's go. Platform. Okay. I need to really build up this town here. This is another one I really need to work on. Wait, is that the train? It is! Look at that. We've made it up the hill. Yeah, we're making it up the hill here. Good. We might be able to do something here. Woo! Alright, we're good. The question is, will we make it up the hill without stalling? Who knows? Who the fuck knows? And look at that train, honestly. Look at this. It's absurd. Ooh, that's a good shot there. This, I think, is the 4% up here. Maybe? Maybe. Ah, shit, I moved the camera too much. There we go. Got another shot. Yeah, we're picking up speed a bit. I think we've made it over the top of the grade, for the most part, like the steepest point, so. Oh, wait, this is a pretty steep point here, Jesus Christ. Gotta form poles. Yeah, one last screenshot if we climb up here. Get the camera to work in here, Jesus Christ. You're not lit? You're lit! We'll go over. That'll work. Well, actually, it's not too bad. I like that. Alright. It's not got smoke out of the stack, but that's fine. I don't think these locomotives should have smoke out of it. Sorry. Oh, locomotive number 22. 20, not 22. I hear one of the cats hiss as they get into a little bit of a fight. Hey! Jesus Christ. I swear to God. I think I see my train off in the distance there. Hard to say. Let's see where he's at. See where you're at. There you are. Just moving kind of slow. But he should be over the top of the grade here, so that's good. This is the grade I was where. This is the point where it's like concerning here. Yeah, it looks like most of it's over the grade. So, let's see. A good shot here. I like it. Oh, let me change the lighting here. One last thing. Gameplay. Clear skies, and we'll do evening lighting. 5:30. Well, maybe not 5:30. Oh fuck, that's not great. It's 5:30 in the morning. It's like a perfect fucking time for the lighting here, and it's hard to find it. I think it's 6. Ooh, that's actually not a bad shot. Options. Here's the train. Options. I'm just fiddling with the time at this point. I'm trying to figure out the lighting. 5:30. Okay. Maybe later. Is it 6 maybe? Yeah. Oh, here he is. Here he comes. Alright, we got something. Something at least. Alright. Well guys, that's gonna be the end of the video here, boys. So like and comment down below, subscribe if you guys want more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.